Hello, it's February 11th, 2022, and this is Astrology Talk. Today I'm going to talk about Gemini, because the moon has been in Gemini, and I couldn't make up my mind what to talk about, and that is one of the characteristics of Gemini, that there are so many things on your mind, so many things on your plate, that you just don't know what to talk about. So I decided to talk about Gemini. And I want to talk about the Gemini sun, the Gemini moon, and the Gemini rising. And they have obviously similarities because it's all Gemini energy, but they have different expressions. So the Gemini sun, when the sun is in Gemini, it's a time where there's a lot going on, and a lot of things seem to come from every direction. Not just one thing coming from one direction, but a bunch of things. And that is a bunch of things coming from a bunch of directions. And that is something that some people have a hard time dealing with, because I call it flying factors. That there's just so much going on, and it's not all related. It's different stuff, a variety of stuff, and it's a time when you have to keep your head on straight, and that's not really easy either, because you're looking in so many directions, literally and figuratively, as far as trying to figure out what to do about stuff or how to process what's coming at you. And the Gemini sun is a time when the sun's in Gemini, it's a time for people to do a variety of things, be interested in many things. It's typically the summertime in the United States, and it's all kinds of activity related to finishing school and going on summer vacation and doing all the things you like to do. And there are possibly so many choices. And Gemini's like everything. I mean, the Gemini sun is a time where there's no limits, no boundaries, no discrimination between this or that, what you like. You like to try everything. You like to do everything in the water, in the air, on the ground. Everybody is full of ideas, and it's an amazing time, especially if you are a Gemini, because it just resonates with you so much. It's your birthday time, and it's just a time when Geminis typically are really alive. But when are they not alive? I mean, Geminis are always just like a candle, always lit, or a lantern, always lit, or a sparkler, always lit. Fireworks always going off. So the Gemini moon is a bit different. It's the same energy as far as versatility and lots of things happening or on your mind. But the Gemini moon is a bit more receptive and a bit more, hangs back a bit more than the typical Gemini sun energy. Gemini moon energy is just really happy to be where a lot of things are happening. A lot of ideas are flowing. People are talking, and Gemini moon just is all ears. And that's what's happening right now. Gemini, the moon's in Gemini, and it won't be for long, but I mean, it was, the last couple days, but it's almost in Cancer now. And it's a time when the only thing I can really think of to describe it is multiplicity. Just lots of stuff, lots of ideas, and lots of feelings. Like the moon has to do with feelings, and how a Gemini moon processes emotions is really unique to the other signs. The Gemini moon basically observes, takes it in, does a little analysis of what it is, but basically just kind of doesn't attach to the emotional stuff. And it's not too hard to tell yourself at a time when the moon's in Gemini to just chill and just, flow through this time. The Gemini rising is very interesting when someone has that, or when you're experiencing that. It happens every day and different times of day, different places. But as far as if you are born with a Gemini rising, number one, you're into like a ton of stuff. You have every finger and every toe into a different project. I'm not kidding. And you also don't have a concept of time that is related to the clock exactly. You do a bunch of things, morning, noon, and night, and you just do those things, and you amazingly may stay focused on those things, each thing, until it's done. But basically, you just keep focusing and refocusing on different things if you have a Gemini rising. And you're typically, with a Gemini rising, you are busy all the time, and you can do anything at any time. And another thing that's really characteristic of people with Gemini risings is that they can talk about anything at any time and for any length of time. And that's really interesting because they have a lot to say, because Gemini rising people observe a lot, but they observe quickly, very quickly, and so they make snap judgments, but not even really judgments, just sort of kind of opinions, because Gemini rising people don't get stuck in their opinions like other people do. They are willing to have an opinion for like a day or whatever, and then maybe learn something new or do something new and change their mind and change their opinion. It's really interesting, to say the least, to be a person with Gemini rising. I mean, you just never have nothing to do. You're never bored, typically. And another thing about Gemini rising people is that people ask you to do stuff all the time because you're everywhere at once, and people think that you're able to do a lot of things. And that's not exactly true. Gemini rising people look like they can do a lot of things at the same time, serious multitaskers on the outside. But, they don't attach to any of that stuff. And so they'll get involved in something, and, if they're doing it for another person, that person might be more invested in what is being done than a Gemini rising person who's just like curious about what it's all about and what to do, what needs to be done. And when they find their answers, they move on to something else, whether the project is actually done or not, actually finished, completed, whatever. So Gemini rising is fun for them. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment or write me an email if you want to know about your own chart. Write me an email at patriciacraven817@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.